Now, given the brutal terrorist attack in Pahalgam, India has taken a series of strong and decisive actions. This was not just another tragic incident, it was a deliberate, calculated strike. The location wasn't chosen randomly. Baisaran, also known as Mini Switzerland, is a favorite tourist destination. By targeting this place, the terrorists sent a clear message: they want to destroy not just lives but the very idea of a peaceful Kashmir. In response, one of the India's strongest moves has been the suspension of the Indus Water Treaty. So the question is, what is the Indus Water Treaty and why does it really matter? Now, signed in the year 1960, the Indus Water Treaty allows Pakistan to use waters from three major rivers. And which are these? Indus, Chenab and Jhelum. Now, these rivers, they originate in India. Even during wars like the 1971 war, Kargil war, India continued to honor this agreement, letting the water flow freely. But after repeated terror attacks and no visible change in Pakistan's behavior, India has finally decided to pause this goodwill. Now, this step was about to be taken post the 2019 Pulwama attack, but was not taken. So, by suspending the Indus Water Treaty, the message is clear. You cannot keep attacking us and still expect water, peace, and normal relations. So, what does this suspension actually mean? It doesn't mean that India will stop the water supply overnight, because that is impossible. As to stop the water, we need to build big dams, and that is not possible overnight. But it gives India the legal and strategic space to store, divert, or slow the flow of water going into Pakistan. So, since millions in Pakistan depend on this water for farming, drinking, and electricity, the move hits where it hurts. This is not just symbolic, it's strategic pressure. India is saying, if you support terrorism, your economy, your people, and your stability will face real time consequences. Alongside this, India has also shut the Wagah-Atari border, cancelled visas, and cut off people to people ties completely. Now, these steps, they aim to isolate Pakistan both symbolically and diplomatically as well. But while the external response is strong, there are tough questions at home. How did the terrorists manage to strike such a high security zone? Where were the drones, the surveillance systems, the ground level intelligence? Now, please remember, Pahalgam is a gateway to the Amarnath Yatra. It should have been one of the most guarded places in the region. This was not just a terrorist success, it was a clear failure on our internal security and intelligence systems. Sadly, this pattern is not new. Despite bold responses like the Uri surgical strike and the Balakot air strike, India's overall deterrence remain weak. Pakistan still feels confident enough to provoke, to strike, and to escape consequences. And that must change. India now needs to build a credible long-term deterrence framework, not just military strikes, but a mix of diplomatic isolation, economic pressure, covert operations, and strong internal readiness. So, when the red lines are crossed, the response must be firm, visible, and painful enough to alter enemy behavior. This is not about revenge, it's about strategy, about making sure attacks like Pahalgam never ever happen. And lastly, we must remember, the people of Kashmir are not to blame. They are the first to suffer. Many of the victims in Pahalgam were locals earning their living through tourism. Attacking the tourists isn't just terrorism, it's a direct attack on Kashmir's peace, economy, and dignity. Pahalgam cannot be allowed to fade into yet another tragic memory. It must become the moment India draws a hard line, the moment we act, not just react. The message should be loud and clear. If you spill innocent blood on Indian soil, you will pay the price not once, but every time.